Today's podcast is from our unscripted sessions on YouTube. It's always powerful, it's always intense, times of worship and prayer. If you want to experience the full session, go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's always an amazing experience for each session. But for this podcast, enjoy.
We get so busy in life, and until something happens that shakes us, we forget that this life I live
It's not my own.
is not mine. He did it anyway.
Yes, he did.
He could have decided to let me go. He could have decided to let me go, but he saved me anyway.
Yes, he did.
He saved me anyway.
You know one thing, the reason why this song means a lot to me is that it's easy for us to think that Jesus was, he was the Son of God, but then he was also human. And there was a lot of emotions that would have been going on in his mind, and that probably he couldn't even been able to tell anybody, because they'll be like, he's the Son of God. You know, but he did it. It would have been really hard. I mean, like they tell you that this is crucifixion. You are dying to save people that you do not know, people that you've never ever met.
People who do not love you. And before we came into the scene, he knew we were coming,
Yes.
and he hung there. He said, Mirabel will pass through, but I want her to pass through saved.
Yes.
He knew Big Dan would pass through, but he wanted me to come through safe. And so he laid down his life. Even when Jesus could have just walked away. Jesus could have just come down from the cross and walked away. But he did it anyway.
He did it anyway.
He did it anyway.
Oh, he did it anyway.
For my life. And daily we fall, we fail, we make mistakes. And the normal human tendency is to break down, is to condemn yourself. But every punishment that would have been given to us, he took it on himself.
Oh, yes, he did.
And he laid down his life.
Oh, yes, he did.
He did it anyway.
He did it anyway.
He did it anyway.
He took my pain anyway. He loved me anyway. He loved me anyway.
He did it anyway.
Oh, he did it anyway. He did it anyway. He just did it
Amazing God.
He is amazing. He is unfailing. He is unchangeable. Oh, he is amazing.
Despite my mistakes,
Yeah.
you still love me so.
He loved me anyway.
How could you love a man like me?
He saved me anyway.
Such an amazing God.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, we need to shut it down here. We need to shut it down. Go for that. No. if we had the time. Oh my God, if we had the time. Mirabel, it's been awesome having you here. We are favored, we are honored. Having Mirabel, the Mirabel. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Just help me with some strings. It's been awesome having you here.
It's a pleasure being here.
By the way, let me farms now. Me and Mirabel, we've walked before, in case, so that you have more respect for me. Yes. We met in school. At least that's the first time we met. We worked together in school before coming out. So I want to ask, music now, because I know you're going professionally. Was that the plan?
No, absolutely not. I studied business administration. Music, let's say music was something that I always loved to do right from the time I was born.
And you were good at it?
Yeah, I think it's actually a family thing, you know.
Okay.
When I was growing up, I loved Coke so much, and then they were sharing, but they didn't want to give me for some reason. And then I wanted to bribe my mom. I was saying, hallelujah, Coke, hallelujah. I'm telling you.
I'm serious.
So I think from then, my mom,
Coke.
yes, until they gave it to me. You know, so music has always been in the background somehow. Okay. Then I entered Axios, I entered HOKC choir, you know, so it has always been there.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think at some point in my life when I entered the Project Fame house, I think it was when I was evicted. In fact, the night of my eviction, I was in my hotel room. And then I don't know, somehow it was like a clarity that says, this is what you are meant to do. And then it was just mind-blowing. I think I'll call it, you know, an epiphany. It was just one time in my life where, you know, I had this clear revelation that said, this is your calling. And so,
wow. That trade-off, business admin, rate yourself over 10. How good were you as a student?
I was good.
You were good.
Yes.
You were
To be
good.
honest.
I know I'm asking this because I had this inkling that time when I was like the MD over HOKC, and I had this idea that you were in the first class.
Nah, but I was close.
You were close.
Yes.
And because we usually spent a lot of time in church. We spent a lot of time in church. And I used to ask myself, these guys, we spent too much time in church. Is it going to affect our studies? You know? And we somehow prevailed. My question is this. Did it cost you moving from the academia, from the intellectual to the musical? Did it cost you? What did it take you to make that? Because I know that this is Africa. You don't just make such decisions. Did it cost you?
To be honest, I would say no. You know, somehow, okay, first of all, my mom is into this fashion business.
Yeah.
I've been in the fashion line for a while, but, you know, I always felt like I wanted to do this white-collar job, work in a bank. And then after that epiphany, you know, and I decided it was music I wanted to do. But I also liked business in a way. I mean, I won't say I'm business mind-oriented in the sense that I know how to conduct businesses properly, but, you know, I've always had this sense of wanting to organize people together, you know, human resource. And then, so I decided to work with my mom. So I won't say anything has been lost, but I would say this, that my moment in school, you know, the fact that I put God and I put ministry, which was obviously what I liked to do, I put it first. Even when it was difficult to study, even when I barely had time, it was somehow always easy. To be honest, I would say I didn't even read like I should have read. Probably I would have gotten a first class. But then I'm not worried about any of that, because I know that the price that I paid, the sacrifice, you know, going from one rehearsal practice to another one, it paid, and it's still paying off till today. Because, you know, I can look back and say these were the things that I learned. And when it talks about commitment to the service of God, being committed, you know, so if you can learn how to balance whatever it is that you're doing, your schoolwork with your ministry, or be it your profession with your ministry, then you know that there's a huge level of commitment. You know, one can't be lost and the other, so it has to be side by side. So yeah.
Wow. Awesome. I realize that a lot of us musicians have this. We all have this dark side. The Instagram you see, the Instagram post you see, the Facebook
Yes, I
you
have,
see,
definitely.
the Twitter.
The truth of the
We
matter
all
is,
have
social
our dark
media
side.
is,
I don't know if
man, it's something else.
I'm telling
You see 1,001 things there, and you're like, wow, is there still hope in this world? But then, apart from that, there's also the craziness of social media, where if you're doing something, be it successful, it's almost like you are forced. Like there's this pressure, indirect pressure, to want to put it out there, see people that I'm succeeding. And then people who are not necessarily succeeding like you, I would say indirectly, because success can be defined in different ways. So someone who looks at you and sees your car and sees that big house and sees the flashy lifestyle that you're living in, and they're like, wow, I'm so down, I'm living a horrible life. That has happened, to be honest with you. I've seen other artists, who I know that I grew up with, sort of doing things out there, going for shows and things like that. And it's very easy to wake up and be like, man, what am I doing this morning? Today, what am I going to do? I'll be looking at myself, But I think what's important is take everything one step at a time. Take things one day at a time. God promises you tomorrow, but the truth is that you do not know what that tomorrow is. You don't know when that tomorrow is going to come. But you have to take each day and each chance, be grateful for it, and do the best that you can at each step. I think that's what has actually helped me, to be honest.
And there's this thing this guy says, Mark Reynolds. He says, whatever you do, just be happy. Just be happy while you're doing it. Whatever you're doing, just be happy. I mean, it could be small, it could be big. God blesses every work.
And who says what's small or big?
Exactly. Who's the yardstick?
Yeah.
What is the yardstick? You understand? Who put it? Is it the Constitution? I mean, how do we get to? We just have to be happy. So even when it's small, you're joyful. When it's big, you're joyful. As far as you're blessing lives, come on. When somebody calls you up and says, "Are you Mirabel? Please, I want to thank you for your song. That thing goes to that is what gets us going." Glory to God. It's been awesome having you here.
Likewise.
It's been awesome
Pleasure being
having you
here.
here on Unscripted.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's been awesome.
so much.
Please, guys, follow Mirabel. Your handle.
Yeah, Mirabella La is simple. Mirabella La, but spelled MIRABELLALAH.
Wow.
Yes, on
On
all
Instagram.
social media.
On all
platforms.
social media platforms.
Yes.
This has been Unscripted with the Project Sword. It's been awesome. It's been amazing with Mirabel. Follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Subscribe to this video. Click on the subscribe button and follow us. Share your testimonies with us. testimonies@theprojectsword.com. It's been awesome. God bless you till we minister to you next time. Stay in the grace and the will of God. God bless you.
I'm confident you've been blessed by this session. Please follow the podcast and share with everyone you know. You can also go to our website www.theprojectsword.com, because that's where you get everything we have done, everything we are doing, and everything we are yet to do. Whether it's our music, whether it's our events, whether it's our videos, you can get it on our website. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Daniel McDon and the Project Salt. Alright, and you can also do that on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share on YouTube, Salt TV. Those videos will bless you. You can also go to our store, online store, www.theprojectsword.com/shop, and get our merchandise, all branded merchandise from our store. You can also get products from our partners. You can also partner with us and donate to what we do. www.theprojectsword.com/give. Your support will go a long way. God loves you.